be open. I mean, you have to be honest, you have to be open, and you can't be afraid to
be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable.
You know,
I think that's important, is to be vulnerable and let the other people know that you're human.
The more you are honest and forthright and just open, you know, you can create that by you being open with that person. And the more you share, the more you're going to get back to create that deep relationship.
You can talk about your highs and they can be excited, but you can also talk about your low of lows. And you don't have to be like ashamed and nervous to tell them, because you have that deep relationship and bond where you feel comfortable with each other.
You want to move beyond just surface stuff. Somebody has to also, I think, take a leadership in being vulnerable and going deep in their lives, which kind of opens the door to the possibilities of others joining in. Sometimes you just see the difference after they come back to the next meeting. That really did them some good.
It can also hold you accountable if that's what you need. If you've already discussed your soul issues with them and you need someone to ask you about it often to make sure that you're following through on what you plan, that's what discipleship is for.
I think more than anything, I think it's fear to open up to anyone, to let somebody know that your life's been difficult. There's things I've handled and there's things I haven't handled well.
Yeah, I think everybody's got something.
People aren't willing to divulge, and I think that comes from a lot of places. I think that it can come from a lot of past relationships and the distrust that's formed there, and so they have an inner stereotype that's already built.
To be open and honest with lots of people, you know, we sometimes hold back and put our guard up and want everybody to think life is great. And you know, sometimes it's just not. It's hard to develop a relationship, a deep relationship with someone. We have to want to make that work and to do that.
I think people are more nervous to talk about things that you're ashamed of. There's things that I feel like I can't even say to people, but I know that I can say to this person because I'm comfortable with them. So I think people are just nervous to have those type of relationships, but they're actually really good and are really helpful to you.
The relationship deepens when you actually have two people that are willing to just say enough is enough, and we're going in the deep end. You can stay in the shallow, easy stuff where your feet are touching, but there's a whole new world to be found, a lot of strength to be gained by venturing out into the unknown and into the uncomfortable. I think about a lot of the groups that we had right around the time that your father was passing, and just so sure, we didn't do a lot devotional wise, but that was discipleship because you had a group of guys that was hurting together.
I had all kinds of harbored feelings, and it was amazing how I could throw it all out there and they just listened. And he didn't judge me, even when, I'm not so sure I wouldn't judge me for some of the things that I said.
You're not going to have a deep relationship until you try and make it a deep relationship. You just have to be like, hey, I really need a friend. I really need to talk to someone. Can we talk? Can we get coffee? Can we talk about God? Can we be accountable for each other? Can you just be there for me? You just have to make it deep.